the final tonight. And the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018.
For the first hit. Rutschman into right field. Down the line. A fair ball. Adley will turn first. Head for second. He's going to turn second. Go for third. Rutschman into third base standing. An extra base hit. His first hit in the major leagues. Welcome to the...
Those are long pitch innings. I think Blister, that's what you were to make sure.
Here's a high fly ball into right. Back his bat's on the move. On the track. He's got it. What a catch by Mookie Betts.
Now, Clifford looking for a clean inning here in the seventh. Hit well out to right center field. Jones still on the move, running out of room, and he made it!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Ballpark. As always, I'm your host, Patrick Moran, alongside Brendan Cunningham. And today we got a fun one. We got another draft episode. We're going to be doing a series of 3 drafts. It should be super fun. We always have a blast doing these, just going head-to-head. It brings out, the competitor in us. We're former baseball players, so we know all about what the competition is like. But, we're ready. We got a logos draft, looking at the logos, uniforms draft, looking at complete uniforms for teams, and then aura, so players that just have aura. We're willing to do this again. I mean, you can definitely really get creative with, drafts, and the potential is right there. There's just so many different types of things that you can talk about when you're doing drafts. And, we can kind of just do these spurts of 3. We can look into that if you guys are enjoying this type of content. But before we dive into these drafts, Brendan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for this draft. It's been a while since we've done something like this. And like you said, you can kind of get creative. I know we've done just current players and all-time players and players in the playoff before. But this is a little different style, which I think will be a lot of fun. But how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I know you're, enjoying the early stages of summer. You got done, I think, 2 weeks ago now is what you said?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I think it was the Thursday, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's in the past. I don't really think about it that much.
Yeah,
But yeah. Just got done with the first week. Now on the second week. Going strong right now. But I know you've been off for a while.
I have. I'm pretty much at a month now. You're like half that time, but we're both dealing with the heat right now, no doubt. Definitely gets tough. I know you're working at camp, so I'm sure you're feeling the heat working outside.
The best part of the day is when we go in the pool because we can finally cool off.
Yeah. I'm sure that feels great. I know we've had some sky-high temperatures here in Maryland, and we're also getting ready for the 4th of July, so I guess this episode will be coming out before then. Happy 4th of July. Well, I believe we'll be back right after that, but this is the episode before the holiday. We hope everyone has a good holiday. Wishing that in advance, but I think without further ado, let's get the fireworks going early with these drafts. So like I mentioned, we got logos up first. Brendan did have the choice of getting either the first overall pick or the second and third pick, because we are doing these drafts snake style, and he elected to go with the number 1 pick in this draft. So take it away, and you have the first crack at the board.
I've been thinking about this for a while, what I'm going to pick. I just feel like there's no clear answer for, the best logo in baseball. I think when we rank them, we just put our favorite teams. So I think with my first pick, You know, I'm trying to. We're going against each other,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna try to sabotage. You know, with my
Yeah.
first pick, I'm gonna pick the Baltimore Orioles.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
That's
you
that's
know,
it's a creative strategy.
just ruin your draft plan. That was my because I didn't think there was a clear choice.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I probably would have taken the Orioles if I had that pick, but unfortunately I didn't. And I guess your plan was to mess up my plan.
Yeah, that was pretty much my entire mentality. But
Fair
now it's your
enough.
turn.
You know, that's a great pick. Outside of, just being my team's logo, what inspired you to make that pick?
Um, you know, it's all the logos I'm looking at right now. There's a lot of letters. You know, I
Hmm.
can't handle letters
Right.
because the Red Sox do have a letters.
Hmm.
But you know, I feel like I wanted to get some not letters in there. There's not a lot of them there. I think the Orioles is one of those, and there's a few others. So I had to jump on the board and get them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna blame you for that. That's a fantastic pick, and I feel like the only natural pick after that, now that I have the back to back, is to take the Red Sox. I'm gonna take the B.
Oh,
The B. I mean, first of all, that's just the response I need to have.
mm-hmm.
Drafting. That's you kind of have to make a punch back pick in a way, and I feel like that's it. So, I mean, the B is iconic. I know you're mentioning letters. There are a ton of them. You're picking from a pretty diverse field of letters, but I feel like the Boston B has withstood the test of time. It's classic, and that's your team's logo. So it's only fitting that I go and grab, your, the Red Sox logo.
okay. I didn't expect you to respond like that. But a good pick. I can't hate it at
Yep.
all. Just like you said.
Yeah, yeah. It's a gentleman's game here. Next pick for me, I think I'm gonna make a more personal pick. I think there are a lot of great logos in this pool. But I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Brewers. I think the glove logo, fantastic. I think it's really diverse. Like it's you can use it in a bunch of different ways. Like it looks like an image, but it's letters, and I think that's a really nice blend. And I think they nailed it, bringing it back. It's an old school logo. Brought it back in 2020 with the modern colors, and it looks fantastic. And they get the MB forming the glove. I think that's where it's at. I think outside of my team, that's arguably the best logo in baseball. I think it's my number one.
Wow. Okay. So for my next pick, I think my same mentality. I'm going for my number one. That's not my own team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the Blue Jays for me.
Okay.
I'm monopolizing the birds right now. I've got both of
Yep.
them, so
Mm-hmm.
that not very diverse, but I feel good about it. I think there's two good options. The Blue Jays logo is just my favorite part about it is definitely the Canadian leaf in there making part of the bird. I mean, that is just who came up with that idea? Because that's a home run. And just like I said, it's not a letter. It's and that's kind of interesting. There's not a lot of those, so I got both of them. I think it's the only two maybe that aren't letters. If you count the Brewers as not a letter, so I feel good about it. And then for my next pick, this is where things get interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go the Miami Marlins here. I
can't
think that
believe-
was the best option on the board for me.
Wow.
It's a different look. I like the black with the blue in it. And you get the Marlins sneaking around. I'm getting all the animals today. That's interesting. None of them else have that, so I think, judging by your reaction, I'm guessing that was maybe your next pick.
I loved that logo when it came out. That's heartbreaking. That would have been one of my picks, and it's not gonna happen. I think the Brewers is definitely it's a more polished logo, but I mean the Marlins is so good, and you've got like some of my favorite logos on your side. I don't know if I could have picked the Jays because I don't really like the Jays, but I get it objectively. It's a good pick. Next, now that most of the images are off the board, and I have the next two picks, so that's pretty nice. I'm gonna go with the Padres, San Diego.
Simple but solid.
Absolutely. And I think the color scheme really works, right? They have the brown and gold going on. The SD has been around for a while. They initially had it in navy blue. Now they pivoted same time as the Brewers in 2020. And I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks really good as a logo. All of their uniforms are amazing as well, which we'll get to in the uniform draft. But I think the Padres, I want that on my side. It's another popular pick. It's a fan favorite for sure. And then my fourth pick of the draft is, now I'm thinking a little bit. Are you going off the hat, or are we gonna go like just a logo?
I'm looking right now. I'm on like ESPN on my computer, and I'm just like hovering above the MLB tab.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm looking at. If you wanna,
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking at a different image. But I think I'm gonna make yet another National League pick. I'm gonna go with San Francisco as my next one.
Ooh.
I want the orange on my side. I missed out on that with the Orioles. And I'm going to settle for the Giants, and I think it looks really good, right? It's a fantastic logo in its own right. It's another one that's been around for a while, I should say. I think the main factor in this pick was just the crisp orange and black combo, and, I got the only other one available, so I wanted that on my side, like I said. Needed to have that in the toolkit, and I got it. San Francisco.
Going with the S's. All right, okay. I didn't think you were gonna go down that route, but
Yeah.
not you.
Mm.
So I think I'm just gonna stick in that division in that NL West, and I'm gonna head over to Arizona, and I'm gonna go pick the D-backs logo.
Good one.
It's a little chunky. The A is a little chunky, but I think the outline of the teal with you got like the scales coming up the left side. And I can't really make out what that is in the middle. Is that like a star?
I think
It's.
it might be Fangs, because their mascot is Baxter, and he's like a bobcat.
I mean, come on, man. That is detail that you don't get with other logos. I feel.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm just speculating.
Whatever it is, man. I feel like you're on the right pace there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my next pick and my fourth. And now, for my final pick. I'm in a tough spot.
Yep.
I'm between two teams here. And this is more about iconic logos rather than what I think looks the best. And I can't do it. I'm not gonna pick the Yankees. I'm going with the Dodgers.
Okay.
Purely for the iconic. This is the second most popular logo behind the Yankees. I just couldn't pick the Yankees. So I'm going to go Dodgers just because it is so popular. You see it everywhere. You can go to like countries around the world and you'll probably see an LA Dodgers logo. That's how popular it is. Second behind the Yankees. So
they literally have a whole country behind them with Japan, right? They've got all those guys, Otani, Yamamoto, Sasaki. That's
ridiculous.
That's quite a repertoire of international talent. Pardon me. My last pick, I do have the last pick of the draft, and I think I could make another personal pick against you. I'm very tempted to make it.
I don't know what a personal pick for me would be.
I'm kind of between two right now. If I'm looking at it.
Okay. Can I get a guess where one of them is?
Sure.
Is it the Mariners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm between the Mariners and the Mets.
Oh.
And as much as I love the Mets, I already have that orange. And I
Can't
don't know
get
about
away from that orange.
I don't know about that locker room dynamic. Orange on orange. Yeah.
You can't have too much. Things are gonna happen in the locker room. That is a good point.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the Mets and Giants, it's tough. Like, both of them have orange. They're both proud of it. Could be a pride issue for this team that I'm putting together. And it's a really tough call. I wish that we could have a UDFA, although I'm not going to do that. Because that's kind of a cop out. So with that being said, I do have some blue already. I mean, I have red, I have yellow, brown, blue.
I didn't even think about colors. That's
orange.
so smart.
I'm just thinking about optics and just trying to keep it different. Although you're
Analytics. This is
still
the stuff that the professionals look at.
You still have absolutely. This is you would still have the dynamic of Brewers and the Mariners with the blue. Kind of not as much as Marlins Giants, but it would still be a bit of an issue, I think, in my book. This is a really tough pick. I love both of the logos. I want to get that out of the way. Although I do think the teal would be a really nice touch. And I think for that reason, that as much as I think the Mets would be the better pick overall, I think for my team, I'm going to go with the Mariners.
All right. I think that'd be my next pick if I had another pick. That'd be it for me.
So overall, I feel pretty good about the diversity in my locker room. Got some different colors here and there. I think everyone's going to get along fine. I mean, except Padres and Giants. I didn't really think about that, but that's okay.
I am already worried about the two birds already pecking at each other, whatever they do.
You got an animal pit, bro. You got a whole zoo.
Yeah, no, and that's still where the money is, though.
Yeah.
The merchandise. I mean,
I don't know which is a bigger issue, the zoo that's on your side or just the Padres Giants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they do look very similar. If there's two logos that look the most similar, I think it's the Padres and the Giants.
But they're two different colors though.
I don't know. They just look.
It's a different color scheme, which I think throws it off. But yeah, you're kind of right.
Should we go to the next?
I think we should. So, got the uniforms draft. Got some big boards.
Took a while to prepare.
Yes, there were a lot of great uniforms I was just thinking of at the top of my head. I know you were doing some heavy scouting on your side. You feel confident in what you have from your scouts?
Absolutely. I get the best in the game. That's how I roll.
Okay. Wow. It's quite the
There's
confidence.
no stones unturned here.
Okay. Well, gotta love that confidence if your team Brendan in these drafts. So yeah, let us know in the comments of our social media posts who you think won after listening to the episode, and we'll get into the uniforms. I had the choice this time around. I did win the coin flip, and I elected to go with the back-to-back picks again. I like having that luxury, even though I'm not getting first crack at the board. So once again, you're on the clock.
We talked a little pre-show about the number one pick here. And I think I've seen consensus. You go anywhere. People have their number ones and stuff. It's usually their favorite teams. But one I always see top of the list is that Cardinals alternate road. If you don't know, that's the powder blue Cardinals jersey, which I think is just a classic. I think every other powdered blue is just trying to be the Cardinals one, because they're really the top dog out of any jersey, including the powder blue. So that's my first choice.
Wow, again, I had that on my board. Not going to be able to take that. Completely get it. I mean, that's a phenomenal jersey. It's like you said, that is the gold standard of baby blue. And you got that on your squad, and I have to respect that. I mean, that's a hell of a pick. So, I mean, yeah, that's just taking notes here.
Oh boy, yeah, that's notes.
It's quite a pick. So unfortunately, I don't have any other baby blues on my big board. It's gonna do it for me on that front. But I think I'm gonna be able to recoup. I got some really good ones, and I'm gonna punch back. So I'm gonna look for some diversity. Different types of jerseys, alternate City Connects homes. That's what I'm looking for in this one. I think my first pick does have to be a home jersey. So, I got a few on the board. I think, that it's important to have just the staple white, kind of the calling card for a lot of teams, no doubt. So, with that being said, my first pick, I'm going to play some homer here. I'm going to go with the Orioles home jerseys.
Okay.
I feel like that's a great pick. I owned it at one point, had a custom jersey that was white home jersey for Baltimore. And while I do own the City Connect in the orange, the home is the safe play, and the Orioles are a safe play. I just feel like this is such a high floor pick, and I really like the chances on this kid of being productive.
I'm gonna say that I don't think I would have picked them. They're not my favorite Orioles jersey.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's not bad. Not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I also have the next pick. Great luxury to have. Going, back to back in the snake. Where do I go? There are a lot of great ones out here that came out that are on my big board that I scouted and that I really like. But this is
Man, this is suspense right here.
I know. I feel like there are two picks two teams that I have right now that if I take the jersey, then it's going to hurt for you. And I think with, the spot that I'm in one, conference in the uniform league, I'm going to go ahead and take the Padres road currently. We were talking about it pre-show on how good that is. Best road jersey by far. I mean, it doesn't even feel like a road jersey. It feels like an alternate. And I don't think there's any kid in this league that has that effect. And you look at such a weak, field of roads of just the boring gray. I think this is a clear pick from that.
Truly one of a kind.
Truly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't want you to get him.
I can't lie. I was you're gonna hear my second pick, and my third pick was gonna be that Padres.
Yeah. So, I had a feeling.
I'm a little rattled right now. I wanted to take advantage of those away jerseys. There's only one of them that I wanted.
I know. We talked about it pre-show.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna pick my number 2, and we'll get to number 3 when we get there.
Okay.
But number 2, I gotta pick a home jersey. I'm going with the new one, the Red Sox City Connect.
That was the other one I had on my radar with my second pick.
I was afraid you were gonna pick that one too. I like the green. I think the last City Connects were okay. I didn't like them at first. They kind of grew on me towards the end.
Boston Marathon,
but then they released
pretty
these
decent.
things, and it's come on. I mean, the green. You don't have a lot of green jerseys. It's the A's have kind of capitalized that field, but then the Red Sox out of nowhere came out with these. I think they look great.
Yeah.
I feel like they're wearing them all the time. So I'm gonna pick the Red Sox City Connects as my. I gotta pick one Red Sox jersey, and that's the one right there. Good diversity.
That's an excellent pick. I know I told you pre-show how much I love that jersey and how I even might want to get one at some point. That thing is fire. Just a green monster, especially because we saw a game up there together. Cool meaning too. I think that kid is really special, and he's for me in the City Connect conference. skyrocketing up the power rankings.
Absolutely. They really hit it home with that. Okay.
Oh yeah,
And now my third pick. I've been dreading it. I don't know where to go with it, if I'm being honest.
because I took the Padres.
My pick was taken, like you
Yeah.
just stated. So, we gotta good managers, they shift, and that's what you gotta do.
You got to pivot. That's what you got to do.
Oh man. I mean, I'm looking at it and there's nothing screaming to me.
Hmm.
Uh, uh. Why'd you do that, man? That was my pick. That was gonna set me up perfect.
Hey, pivot.
It's tough.
You got to make a move. It's part of the job, part of the business.
Okay. I don't want to blunder this pick. Yeah, this is a big spot.
It is. It's your third pick.
Uh, Okay, I'm thinking I'm going a home jersey here. I got to get a home jersey. You already got yours.
I do.
You got to
Yeah.
get at least one home jersey. I can't. I wanted to go all City Connects, but you got to have a balanced lineup. I mean, you can't just get all power hitters, and that's not going to work. You need some contact in there. So I think I'm gonna go with the Braves home jersey.
Braves. Ooh, sneaky pick.
Yeah, that's my pick right there.
Yeah.
I think,
Yep.
the use of the axe is a great. I don't know how he does it. He just incorporates it in there. It slips it in. Maybe racial insensitive. Who knows? But they get it done. And then also, it's the whole uniform too. That hat. I like the hat with the red brim. Real nice touch all around. The piping down the jersey is nice too. The cursive Braves. Everything about it. So that's my third pick.
That's a great pick. I respect it. I think that's a really solid choice from you. I will say, just as your opponent here, I respect the pivot, right? Your pick is gone, and you're able to make a move. And I do feel like you made a really solid choice there to kind of backfill the roster a little bit. Next up, I think I am going to grab my City Connect in this spot. Or, no, never mind.
Uh-oh.
Nope. No. We're going to pivot.
Pivot.
Because you already have yours, and you're probably not going to take another one. So I'm going to be able to use my last pick on the City Connect that I love, and I'm fine with settling for in place of the Red Sox. So, we got the Orioles, we got the Padres, we got a home and a road. So now I'm looking at the alternates. I'm looking at the City Connects. Maybe you get two alternates depending on how this draft falls here. So I think with that being said, I'm gonna go grab an alternate, and I'm gonna go grab a black jersey. And I know our graphics guy over on our social medias. Please go check him out. Shout out Dylan. He's been doing a great job for us. I'm going to take the Mets black. I know he's going to love that pick.
Mets black. Okay, I didn't have that on my board.
Okay.
I'm going to admit. That was not on my radar. It's not my favorite black jersey. But, it's an option.
Okay.
For sure.
I like what that kid brings to the table. He's just kind of that stealthy, dark horse type of guy. And he's playing, I think, behind two really solid home-road combos. Like, I really like that duo that I have up top. And I think he's a really solid look, to combat those two. I'm really tempted to take a cream, but I don't know how it's going to go with the white. You're creating some tension there.
Oh.
With that being said, I wanted to take this team's cream, but I think I'm going to pivot in a different direction on that same squad. I'm going to go with the Brewers Navy. I think that one's a really sharp jersey.
Okay.
I do love the cream that the Brewers have going with their rebrand back in 2020. I talked about it when I made the logo pick. I think the navy jersey's awesome. Like the yellow font, you know, you got the blue or the navy going on. I think it looks great, and I think it really defines what the Brewers got going on there. So I'm gonna take that alternate. You know, I think that's a great pick.
Okay. So now I'm back with my two final picks. I mean, you said I wasn't gonna pick a City Connect, but you know, there's no rules against it. And I think I might do it. You know, that's the reality situation here, and I think
I don't think you have the one that I have though.
I don't know if it is. You know what? I'm not worried about what you want. I'm worried about what I want right now.
Fair enough.
And what
fair
I
enough.
want is the Cincinnati Red City Connect.
Okay.
I want the all black. You talked about the stealth with the Mets,
Yep.
but he's got a key flaw in his stealth technique. He's got the white pants.
Okay.
Now, Reds,
I'm not worried about the
covers
pants.
all the way down. All the way. It's all black. I think it's incredible. That's stealth. We'll show you stealth with the Cincinnati Reds City Connect.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have that on my board. Wasn't too high on that kid. I don't like the font across the front. You know, I think it would have been better if it was in red, but obviously it's really black, and I think you're kind of overemphasizing the black there.
Come on.
As well, like the jumpsuit look, it's a little bit harder on the black, I think. Now I feel like the jersey is pretty adequate in what it does, even like without the pants. I'm an Orioles fan, and I saw the Orioles City Connects. The first year they had them, they wore it with black pants, and then they pivoted to white. So, it could be some Orioles influence. I don't know, but you know, I am gonna have to respectfully disagree with that pick.
Okay. That's shocking. And you talked about the cream jerseys. I'm gonna snag the cream jersey, and it's another City Connect because I like City Connects. I think they're the best ones in baseball.
You're really plucking from that bracket, huh?
Hey man, you know, I feel like I got my two non-City Connects.
Yeah.
They just do something different, you know. Every other home jersey, like they're so similar. They're you know, the 1A, 1B, 1C. You know, everything's different. Like, I want someone who's different, who's gonna give me a different look, and that right now is the Angel City Connect.
Thought about putting that one on my board. I didn't though.
I think it's one of my favorites. I think it's 1, 2, 3 City Connects: Red Sox, Reds, Angels.
That's fair. That's fair. I really like that kid. You know, I really liked him early on when I was taking a look, but you know, just feel like it's a pretty stacked conference here, pretty stacked league, and you know, ultimately he just didn't make the cut. So, but I do really like that pick. You know, it's a nice SoCal vibe. You know, Angels really got to go in there. You know, I like that choice. So what is that? Your last pick?
That was my last pick. It's your last pick now.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to get on this. My last pick, it is gonna be a City Connect. It was my only other City Connect on the board, and I'm gonna take the Mariners City Connect.
I had a feeling you were gonna go there. I had a feeling.
It was them and the Sox on my City Connect, you know, board or that I had out of the City Connect conference. You know, I think Seattle did it right. I know you talked about the black pants. I was hating on them earlier, but I thought the black pants looked great with these. I don't remember if they pivoted to white, but when these first came out, I thought this is where the black really fit. And I love the homage to the Seattle Pilots. The old color scheme is awesome with that fine blue and gold. I think it's great. I'm really excited to get that kid in the building.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. That's probably the fourth City Connect I would have on my list. I have a lot of City Connects on my list.
Yeah.
I was ready if I didn't get the Cardinals baby blue. I had a lot of alternate baby blues I could have taken.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was all or nothing on the baby blue. Didn't end up getting it, but you know, it's okay. I still really like my squad. I really like how well rounded we are. right? We got 2 alternates. We got a home, a road, and then we got a City Connect. I like the diversity. A lot of different looks in this clubhouse. I feel good.
All right.
So, you know what? I'm actually gonna make a swap here. I'm gonna go back because we didn't really make rules, and
Oh,
you know,
what?
so I'm gonna go back to our logo draft here. Gonna
Whoa, 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 whoa! What's going on?
spice it up a bit. Yeah, we're gonna spice it up a bit.
Ow! What are you doing?
I'm gonna cut my 4th rounder in the Giants.
Whoa, whoa,
Hey.
whoa, whoa!
Didn't make the team.
Whoa.
Didn't make
This
it.
is not how this works. This is illegal.
Yeah.
You don't get a 6th pick.
No, I'm not getting it. I'm not looking for a 6th pick.
This is not what is going on. This is illegal.
How is this illegal?
Flag on the play. You cannot swap picks. Once it's written, it's written.
No, my next one is not a pick. Okay.
That's what it feels like right now.
The rounds are over. I'm looking at all the rest of the teams. I'm looking at the UDFA's here.
No. You don't have any cap space.
What do you mean cap space?
You spent all your money on the other guys.
I think it's fine. I think I'm good. I was kind of got the Mariners on a bargain, Padres, Brewers. I got some small market teams. I got some cap space. What are you talking about?
This is not protocol here.
And I made a draft, and unfortunately, Giants just looking at him in camp a little bit. I didn't feel like he did enough to make the roster.
Flag challenge. I mean, let's review it. Send it to New York. Whatever I can do, we're doing it because this seems. I didn't read this in the rule book.
You can do it too. I mean, we didn't set rules here. I'm gonna do what I want.
I don't have to do it because I'm such a great drafter. I don't have second guesses about my guys. There's no ifs.
I'm gonna do what I want here. Steering my own ship. I'm gonna go into the UDFA pool. A lot of great kids went undrafted. I am gonna go back on my pick. I didn't have the best draft here, but it's okay. We learn from our mistakes. We reevaluate. As a front office, it's how it goes. It's just the business.
This doesn't seem right. I don't know about this.
Is this getting vetoed by the league?
I feel like there's going to be a commissioners meeting with the owners. We're going to have to vote on this as a veto or not, because this is something never been done before. It is a question mark. I'm just unsure at this point.
Oh man, now I'm in a tough spot. How do we determine this here?
Well, what were you thinking of picking?
I was gonna cut my 4th rounder, San Francisco, and I was gonna pick up the Mets UDFA.
No, fine, dude. That's not a big deal.
Wow. Okay. So
you're picking up, a stone. You're dropping a stone. You're picking up another one. I don't see a big difference here.
Okay. All right. So that transaction's cleared by the league. Is that what we're doing? Okay.
I mean, still, let's not. I think we learned from this, and I
yes,
think
absolutely. There's a learning
we're setting
experience.
A rule in the book now. Pick is a pick. You gotta give him a contract, and at least we'll say 3 years, 3-year contract.
Okay.
After getting his draft rights.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. We learned from this. That's what happens. It's. You realize some of your mistakes, and that it happens. It happens. We all have our highs. We all make great picks and have hits, and then other times we don't. We kind of miss, and you reevaluate. You learn your lesson, and you're able to become a better GM because of it.
Or you're just already good at GM, and you don't make changes because you don't miss.
You learn from failure. That's the name of the game.
I don't make failure.
You learn from your mistakes. It's a game of failure. Baseball is literally a game of failure.
My guys don't fail.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I know you're confident over there, But that's the spot I'm in. I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to be the bigger person here. Admit mistakes. It takes a real man to do that.
I would admit to mistakes if I had any, but fortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were A pluses, I think, all around.
I would argue your Blue Jays pick is more of like a
Whoa! Going on the Blue Jays?
B. Yeah, I'm
This is
not sold on that. I'm just arguing. This isn't against the rules here.
Coming at my players in a hateful way.
I don't know.
You think these guys will forget that? They won't forget that. They won't.
I just didn't. Although you nailed your other picks, I just think that the Blue Jays was a bit of a reach. I think you could have gotten that kid later.
No, he was gone. You wanted that bird. There's only 2 birds. You wanted one of them.
There are actually 3.
Logos, though. There's only 2 bird logos.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's fine. I just didn't like that kid in the interviews. Never been that big of a fan.
He didn't like you either. He was botching
the
his
package.
He didn't want to be part of your squad.
I just kind of had to separate myself. I didn't see a whole lot of value in that kid. But anyway, after that whole debacle, I guess that's we won't have that happen again. I guess.
Mm-hmm. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. I learned from it. A little bit of a twist. Or a draft. This is the fun one. You had the choice in this draft, and you chose to go with the number 1 overall pick. So you had 3 consecutive number 1 overall picks for your overall, experience here.
Maybe lottery's rigged, maybe not, but it's going to my favor right now.
Yeah. So with that, once again, you were on the clock with the first pick.
This is kind of the draft where you knew the guy was 6 months ago. When you think of war, you think of one guy. Ellie De La Cruz is the pick here.
Oh, wow.
Is that not who you're thinking of?
That was not the guy I had at 1.
That's not who you're thinking of?
No.
What?
That was not my 1 that was my 2.
Who is your number 1?
Oh my gosh, this is shocking. I'm shooketh.
Who is your number 1?
Well, explain your pick. You haven't explained your pick.
It's Ellie De La Cruz, all I had to explain.
Okay, all right.
He does everything. He's like, what?
No, I mean...
he stole 70 bases last year, and hit like 30 home runs. He plays shortstop, throws 1,000,000 miles an hour. What could you do?
I mean, are you trying to underslot? Are you trying to save some money here, or what? What's the deal?
Save money? This is the number 1 guy.
I don't know. He was 2. He was 2 on my board.
2. I'm excited to see who your number 1 is and laugh.
I think that my first guy, because I have picks 2 and 3 now. I'm gonna break your heart on the second pick, by the way.
I know it is. I know
I was telling you, I was telling you pre-draft, or pre-show, I should say. This guy redefined aura in baseball. He's in the league before Ellie. He's still young. He's got the drip. He's got the aura. He's got whatever you want to call it. Fernando Tatis Jr. is who I think of when I think of aura.
Old news. That is old. This is the new stuff right here.
Tatis is the alpha guy when it comes to
That's
aura.
old news. Old news. Tatis is old news.
He's the guy that I feel like brought aura back to the game.
He doesn't know what aura even means.
You're trying to tell me that a bat flip in the playoffs against the Cardinals is not aura? That got him on a cover. He's a cover athlete.
He may have been aura back in 2020, but this is a new era. A new era of baseball.
How is this a new era?
Who's in the cover right now, huh?
Ellie's sharing it with 2 other guys.
But it's Ellie.
Tatis is... I think Tatis is the father of aura.
Out of your mind.
I think Ellie's the son of aura.
The guy's last name is De La Cruz. Like, what? That is so much...
Bro, just look at Tatis. And he's a platinum glove right fielder.
He plays right field in Euphoria. That is impossible.
He won a platinum glove. Ellie has not done that at shortstop yet.
He plays right field. I don't care.
The Padres love him.
I don't care if you never let a ball drop in right field. You play right field.
Plus, he got paid. It's a $341 million player.
Oh, that's cute. We'll see what happens when Ellie's contract.
Payday. He's already got the bag right now. 2025. Tatis. He's playing in a bigger market.
He's gonna get double.
Yeah.
Double that.
I mean, he might because the market, got reset with Ohtani and Soto, but Tatis is the guy right now.
No.
He's still young. I don't know how old he is right now. I gotta look this up. Hold on.
I just know, if the opposite of aura is steroids, and that's what we're.
You're trying. Okay, I get that because I'm not a huge steroid guy, but you're trying to tell me Barry Bonds didn't have aura? Even I can admit that guy had aura.
Yeah, he had the most aura, but that's Barry Bonds. Nano was in Barry Bonds.
Fernando Tatis is 25 years old. And think about what that guy's already done.
What has he done?
He has made the playoffs. He's won a Gold Glove. He was arguably an MVP candidate. He's hit 40 home runs in a season.
How many bases has he stolen? Is it 70? Because it's not 70. How hard does he throw? It's not hard enough. Ellie.
But he's a better defender. I get it, a less premium position.
Defense is boring.
Come on, dude. Tatis.
We want to see speed and balls being thrown hard. And you know who does that?
I mean, I think Ellie's on his way. I'm not hating on the pick. I'm just defending Tatis here.
I think you're out of your mind. Whatever
I'm
gone
not,
in.
I'm not hating on Ellie.
You need to hire some new scouts right now.
Ellie, I think, is right on the doorstep of the aura, king of the aura throne. But right now, Tatis is still there. And again, think about team circumstance. Ellie is on a streaky team. The Padres are probably going to make the playoffs.
That's not what aura is about.
I feel like
aura is about win or lose. It don't matter. You still look good.
I disagree with that. Different evaluations here. Clearly, with the way this has gone. Again, Ellie was 2 on my board. I would have happily grabbed Ellie. I thought Tatis was going to go 1, but I digress. Tatis is going to be my first pick, and I'm pretty happy with that.
This is ridiculous.
How is it ridiculous?
It's this. He's what on my board right now. He's the 6th name on my list.
Whoa, that is
6th.
I don't know what you're thinking there.
5th flip.
Whoa.
5th name
that's
on my
low.
list.
It's probably top 3, dude.
He's not on my list.
Bro, that is. I know your scouts are way newer, but come on.
It's a new brand of baseball. If you're
he fits the new brand of baseball. He ushered it in.
They don't even remember what he did. That's how old he is.
He had a 40 home run season. Come on.
Who remembers that? Aura wasn't even a thing back then.
Yes, it was. He had it.
Aura got introduced into the world when Ellie came up.
He was a cover athlete before Ellie. He had the 40 home run season before Ellie. Ellie hasn't even done that yet. I get he's stealing bases, but everyone loves home runs. Come on now.
No, you're out. You don't know. This is ridiculous.
I'm not on my mind. Ellie was 2. Ellie was 2 on my board. My scouts are still up to date. How dare you insult my scouts?
I just think they don't know what they're doing. That's all.
They do. They had Ellie 2 on my board. Come on.
The fact that he wasn't number 1. This is
he's
an
2.
all-time.
Talk about your scouts. Ellie's at 1. Tatis is at like 5.
Because there's better. I'm picking the young guy. That's where it is. That's where
Tatis is 25.
That's old news, man.
What?
He's gonna blow his back out at that rate.
Bro, this is the LeBron effect here. What are we talking about? Jeez. I mean, your scouts didn't even see a top 3 talent? That's ridiculous.
How tall is Tatis? I bet he's not 6'5".
I don't know. I mean, Tatis still seems like a pretty big guy. Let's look it up. It's going on for a long time, I know, but...
He's 6'3". He's got 2 inches on him.
Okay.
Like
That makes a difference to you?
Like, he was so, like, desperate. He had to use steroids.
He wasn't using steroids for performance. He was using it to get back to help his team.
That's what
Not
they all
making
say.
excuses, but
You know.
it seems like that's in the past. You know, we felt confident in the interviews that it's been put to bed. It's been a few years since that happened.
Suspension is an aura, man. You gotta stay in school.
No, but that means you're a bad boy. You're a tough guy.
We don't want to be that. That's not our brand. That's not what we promote. We don't promote hate.
I mean, I don't promote it either, but you know that's. You know he's. I mean that's a tough thing to do. I don't endorse steroids by any sense. But it wasn't performance based. There's never been a talent question of talent with Fernando Tatis. Neither Ellie.
I think you're out of your mind.
How do you think I'm out of my mind? I respect your pick. I get your pick.
He's gonna start over him in the All-Star game.
Well, obviously they're 2 different positions.
I'll try to be right now.
Bro, I don't get how you don't get the. I don't get how you don't get the Tatis pick. Because I get that. I get the Ellie pick.
Aura. He's Mr.
Yeah. Oh, I don't get how Tatis just slipped through your cracks. I get the Ellie pick. I do. Right? He's got so much aura.
I get your Nando pick. I just don't get why you had him over Ellie.
Only by 1 spot though. You had Ellie over
That's
Tatis.
too much. That's
by
1
4.
too much. 1 too much.
What? Bro,
This is non-negotiable right now.
Dude, you just forgot about Tatis. That's insulting.
I didn't forget about he was on my list.
Yeah, but you put him at like 5.
Because I know his value.
There's no world where Tatis should be at 5.
That's my number 1 quality. I evaluate talent.
Tatis is talented. What are you talking about?
I have talent as an aura.
Bro, that guy... Okay. Clearly we're not seeing eye to eye here. We've got a whole rant going. Anyway, we'll move on. I guess we'll respectfully agree to disagree.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't disagree with your pick.
I don't disagree with your pick. I just think on your draft board, there's one man who should be number 1.
I mean, Tatis is still so young. I think that's... He's more established. I like the more established track record. But I also see your future vision. That makes sense, too.
He's got 1 more All-Star appearance.
I don't know, man. But Ellie hasn't elevated the Reds like Tatis has elevated the Padres.
Because look at their rosters.
Yeah, but like Tatis is still...
The Padres have had a much better roster than the Reds have had.
But Ellie hasn't had the Adley Rutschman effect, where he's single-handedly lifting his team to the playoffs.
Now we're bringing up Adley Rutschman. I mean, what's going on?
I don't know.
When you make up your mind, who do you want?
That's just my reference point. I'm used to the Adley effect, because I saw it with my own 2 eyes as a fan. You know, that's just where I go. I've never seen a player do that, where he single-handedly makes a team that much better.
I'm not sure you want the Adley effect. I think we've seen where the Adley effect leads.
I like my Tatis pick. I do. Then my second pick, just going to go break your heart. If he's not on your board, then that's insane. I gotta go with Mookie Betts.
That's my number 2.
Yep.
That's my number 2 right there. As it should.
I mean, Mookie Betts, he's an awesome guy. He can
That's
do it all.
established.
Yeah. Again, established.
But Tatis is not established.
He's more established than Ellie.
Barely.
Barely. What are you talking about? Ellie's been in the league for like 3 years, and Tatis has been in it for like 5 or 6.
But like half. Like he doesn't ever play.
Bro, okay. Yeah. Either way, Betts can do it all. You know, star shortstop, or maybe not star, because he's not as good at shortstop. But star player, great guy. You know, I like what he does. You know, he's bringing a little social media podcast to the locker room. You know, I find that valuable, and I think that Mookie Betts is just an all-around complete aura package.
Okay. Yeah, it's a fair pick.
Yep.
I do think things get interesting after this. Question of where I go. I think my next pick, I'm gonna go Francisco Lindor.
I know. I missed on him. He wasn't on my board.
Another shortstop. He's not on your board.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I missed on him. I was thinking about it like earlier in the episode.
I mean, he's been just like Betts. He's been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
He's still going strong. Premier shortstop. He won the Gold Glove, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he hits bombs and he makes good plays. What more could you ask for there? I think that's a very great pick for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm really confused where to go. You know, do I go maybe younger route? I'm gonna go Ronald Acuna Jr.
He was 3 on my board.
I think that's the right pick there. You know, even though he's little, he doesn't play a lot, but when he does, it's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, you're picking a guy that misses games. Yeah.
But he's different. He's different than Tatis.
The talent's just so good that he's getting hurt all the time. That's
I can make up for whatever he misses with the kind of talent he produces.
all right. So I'm gonna go similar to your pick because I do think you made a really good pick, just not the pick I would have made. It would have been my number 2 easily, but I'm gonna go with a similar vibe. You know, young, up and coming, looking to the future. We got our established guys here. I think Paul Skeens, the aura's
Okay.
sky high on that kid.
Like getting the pitchers in there. Shout out to the pitchers.
I mean, the dude's got a nasty arsenal on the mound. He could throw pretty much anything at you. The dude had aura at LSU, too, back in his college days, you know, throwing complete games, 100-something pitches. I know he's not really doing anything on the Pirates, you know, just kind of rotting away. But, you know, he's got a complete arsenal of whatever he wants to throw. You know, he's dating Livy Dunn. That's some aura right there. Sharing the cover with Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah, for a pitcher, I feel like this is pretty much max aura. And he was the next guy. What was that? 5? Yeah, he was 5 on my board.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I have the next pick. So, you know, this is tough. I think I might as well stick to the board here. I got an outfielder, I got an infielder, I got a pitcher. I like where this is going. I feel like I got the baseline for the squad. But I think my next pick is going to be Jose Ramirez.
Oh.
I think he's the silent assassin, right? You know, he really goes under the radar. And I feel like because of that's like aura. He's got that underrated aura. He's just been so good for so long. He's so lovable. I don't think there's a single fan in baseball that hates that guy, outside of Tim Anderson, but that's a different story. But I mean, J-Rim's a stud. That kid could be a Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't. He's not on my board, and this is not a mistake. You know, I don't think I missed him. I just not someone I picked, but I can see. You know, I'll give him the fight. That was the punch. That was a lot of war right there. But
Yeah.
like you said, I feel like he goes too under the radar for me.
Okay. That's fair. Again, different evaluations.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with my fourth pick. I'm gonna go with pitcher. I need to get a pitcher too.
I think I know who it is.
Really? Take a guess. Who do you think it is?
Scooble.
Not Eric Scuball. No, it's a bullpen guy.
Oh.
I'm going Aroldis Chapman. Dark horse. I mean, if there's
That's
one
fascinating.
guy I'm terrified of, it's this guy. I mean, obviously he's the Cuban Missile Crisis holds the fastest pitch and throw, and he's still pumping like what 102, 103 on the mound.
Maybe even more.
That is more. It's ridiculous what he does. He's like, age is not showing to him. I feel like even if he pitches bad, teams don't care because he just throws so hard.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's aura throwing that hard. Throwing 105 at the mound is aura.
Yeah, I mean that is a crazy pick. That's an interesting one. I didn't have him on my board. I wasn't thinking relievers. I don't feel like relievers,
I feel like he's a pitcher
do
with the most
enough.
aura.
But I mean, that dude is like 37 or 38, and he's still pumping the gas, and he's like built out of his mind. I mean, that is. I don't think there's. Yeah, he's one of a few. Bullpen arms that got that type of aura.
All right.
Last pick?
My final pick. I'm gonna go younger guy. I'm gonna go guy. You got your diversity with Paul Skeens. I need some diversity. I need a white guy in there. I'm going PCA. Pete Crow Armstrong.
Had him on my board. Yeah.
It's a similar. You can kind of notice a pattern with guys who I think of war, which is just speed and defense. It's speed. You want to have speed. You're going to have aura. That's what I think. So
Yeah.
five,
He's got the hair too. Like he shaves his head, dyes it blue.
that is crazy what he does.
Yeah.
And just out of nowhere too. That's what I love about him. Talk about established.
Yep. There's your white guy. My last pick. Got a bunch of different directions I can go. I can go with the shortstop. I can go the pitcher. My last pick of the day is similar to my last pick in the first draft that we did of this episode. I'm going to take another guy who's probably going to win an award. I would have Strider on my squad. I want to just give him a quick shout.
I wrote him down.
He's got the thighs. I mean, everyone loves those thighs of his, or the
That's
calves.
exactly what I was thinking about right there.
Yeah, literally anyone glazes his calves. And he made his number 99 because of Wild Thing, Major League, fantastic movie. I mean, that is aura. But again, I'm going to just go with a guy who's probably going to win an award here. I'm going to go with Tarek Skubal. I mentioned him earlier.
2 pitchers. That's pretty shocking.
You have a reliever.
But it's a real challenge.
Yeah, but Tarek Skubal does what Aroldis Chapman does, except as a starter.
Stop trying to compare Screwball to Chapman. All right.
You're right.
man.
You're right. You're right. That was messed up. That was I don't know what I was thinking there. Another white guy, keeping some diversity here.
Wow.
Um,
I didn't know you could have this many white guys in one of this.
I had Bobby Witt written down too.
I had Chris Sale.
Chris Sale, what aura does he have,
Dude, that's like
bro?
that sidearm. He looks crazy. That's what I think about him.
Okay, that makes me question your scouts a little bit.
He's a
No
little
offense.
bit of a crazy dude. And I think that's aura.
The craziness isn't aura though. He is
Like,
no.
no, on the mound it is because you don't know what's going on with Chris Sale. I mean, this guy he could like snap, and he might like start attacking anybody. And I've seen him go. I've seen him do some stuff with the Red Sox. So
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
That's
Tarek Skubal, the dude threw a Maddox this year with 13 punch-outs, 9 innings, on 90-ish pitches, I believe. I mean, that's aura for a pitcher. He's like the best lefty in the game right now. That's point blank. The stuff is off the charts. He's a horse. He works deep in the game. He's old school with new school. Yeah, Tarek Skubal, I think, is an easy choice here. I think I got the 2 Cy Young winners on my squad.
that's fine with me. I'm not worried about that.
Awards or aura. Just keep that in mind.
Okay. Then where's Judge and Otani?
Well,
Yeah. Okay. One
Judge
guy.
Judge has a gap tooth.
Yeah.
That's not aura.
It's true. I mean, one guy I do want to shout out. I mean, I know the draft's over and we're not changing our picks.
Okay.
I wanted to pick John Carlos Stanton.
Okay, I can see that.
I think that batting stance, man. That's aura.
He's got the fear factor.
That's terrifying.
He's also jacked. He's built.
He's like whatever juiced or something, man. I mean, he just like you feel like he's gonna hit a home run every time he just swings the bat.
Yeah. I mean, he had a 50 home run season in Miami back in the day.
Yeah, something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, he's definitely got aura. So, it probably took longer than we expected, but that's going to do it for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed the drafts. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. Even with the argument, I mean, it's great content.
That was heat right there. I mean,
It was. Yeah, the people are going to love that.
I don't know, controversial.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see it'll be interesting to see how the people respond. But I mean, honestly, I think Ellie, not a wrong pick. I mean, it is still fantastic, like I've mentioned before. So, with all that being said, we thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back to talk to you next week after July 4th. So, once again, have a good holiday. Everything you need is in the description, social medias, merchandise. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Right there. How long was that? Ooh. Jeez.